is Adimat, and I will be your maths tutor. Whether you're a student struggling with maths or you're a student that loves to solve complex equations, don't worry, that's why I'm here. I will make sure you understand and appreciate the beauty of maths, and I will make sure you have fun, you catch fun with maths, whether you love it or you don't love it. I'll make sure you catch fun with maths. Today we'll be talking about quadratic equations and the forms of quadratic equations. The forms of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Forms of quadratic equations is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Let's quickly look at some examples under quadratic equation for broader understanding. Examples: use different methods to solve it. We can use completing the square method, method of solving quadratic equations. Method of solving quadratic equations. We have factorization. We have by quadratic formula, which is also called the almighty formula. The quadratic formula. We have completing the square method. Completing the square method. In this kind of question, when we have x squared plus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0, if we want to solve by factorization, we have to look for the product and sum. We will look for the product of the last constant and the second and the middle constant. Let's just call it the middle constant. The last constant and the middle constant. The last constant in this question is -6, and the middle constant in this question is 5. So the two constants that when we times them together will give us -6, and when we add them together will give us 5. That is what we are looking for right now. And the two constants should be 3 and 2. No, that should be 6 and 1. 6 and 1. So we have 6 times -1, that is -6, and 6 minus 1 is 5. So in this question, we are using 6x and 1x and x is the same thing. So in mathematics, we don't write 1x, we just simply write x. So here, what we are going to write is x. This is 1, but if it's 2 and so on, we write the number and x. But since it's 1, we write x. So we now substitute this our answer that we get. We substitute it for the middle one. Our equation is x squared minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. So we substitute our answer for 5x. That will be x squared plus 6x. This is minus, right? This minus. We have minus here. That is minus x. Minus 1x is also minus x. Minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now we will not take it 2, 2. This side and this side. What is common here? That is x. Then what is the meaning? X divided by x, that is x. and x divided by 6x, that is plus 6. Now when we open this bracket, we will get this also, x squared, x times x, that is x squared, and x times 6, that is 6x, minus what is common here, 1, because as we are looking at it, there is nothing that is common, and in every equation there is always a common thing, and the common constant that is there is 1. So that is 1, open bracket, x plus 6. The reason why we use plus here instead of minus is when we open the bracket, we have to get this minus 1 times x, that is minus x, minus 1 times plus 6, that is minus 6. But if we write minus 6, that will be minus 1 times minus 6, that is plus 6. So what we get here is actually the same. Now in this equation, when we have two variables in common, since we have something that is in common in the bracket, we will eliminate one. And that will be, then we'll bring this common factors, we'll bring them together. That will be x minus 1, x plus 6, are two common factors, and this we bring it together is equal to 7. Then we separate it, x minus 1 is equal to 0, x plus 6 is equal to 0. Then we will call, in this kind of equation, we will collect the like times, that is x is equal to 1. When the minus moves to the other side, it turns to plus, and here x is equal to minus 6. When it moves to the other side, it will turn to minus. Now on a quick note, let's just reverse it. Let's just recap on what we have taught, on what we have learned on this equation. Let's just recap the equations and the question that we have just learned. Our question is x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals to 0. And we said if we want to solve the quadratic equation by factorization, we are going to use product and sum. We will look for the product of minus 6 and the sum of 5. The product of the last constant, the sum of the middle constant, and the two variables that when we times them, when we multiply them, it will give us minus 6, and when we add them together, it will give us 5. Is 6 and minus 1. Now note, in this kind of question, when we have two constants that one is positive and one is negative, the positive one should be at the front. We should not make the mistake of putting the negative at the front. If we put the don't let us make the mistake of putting the negative one at the front. If we put the negative one at the front, it will actually be a very big mistake, and our question and our answer will be totally wrong. So when we put the positive one at the front, our answer, that is 6 times minus 1, we will substitute it for the middle variable and the middle constant, and that is 5x, and these are the equation. So when we substitute this for this, it will be x squared plus 6x minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Then we divide it into 2. This is one part, this is actually one part, then this is actually one part. Then what is common here? The common factor that is here, that is x open bracket, x, no wait, that the common factor here is x, because x is here, that is actually the common factor, and x divided by x squared, that is x. So our common factor, we write it then in bracket of x divided by x squared, that is x divided by plus 6x, that is 6. Then when we open the bracket, we must get what we just solved here. So x plus times x, that is x squared, x times 6, that is 6x. Then we will move to the next part. Then what is common here, which as you can see that is minus 1 that's common here. Then when we open, then when we solve this, that will be x plus 6, and what we solved, our bracket, when we open it, it must give us what we have just finished solving. That is minus 1 times x, that is minus x, minus 1 times 6, that is minus 6. Then now, since we have two common brackets, we will eliminate one. Then we write our two variables. We write it together. We will put it in one bracket. Then the remaining bracket we put it. Then it's equal to 0. Then we separate it. This one. That is, this is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. If in our question it is just x squared plus 5x minus 6, there is no is equal to 0 there. There is no need for you to do this. But as long as there is equal to 0 there, you are asked to do this. But if there is no equal to 0 there, this is your final answer. But in our question is equal to 0. So our answer here is x is equal to 1 or minus 6.